Hello and welcome back to Rawslowgaming and our Let's Play series here in Football Manager 2019 with Bath City Football Club. We're currently in our third season and first season in Värmland National League, and we are a little bit over halfway in the league, as you see, and we have been doing quite terrible really. You see around here, match day 15, 16 or something like that. And we have more or less just lost, unfortunately. Our objective for the season is trying to stay clear of relegation, which we have done all season long, but we're more and more closing in to getting in that zone. And we did hold a team meeting just before the last match, so there will be no use whatsoever in trying to hold another team meeting. So it's just results that matter here. So we have a match coming up against Wrexham at home. So hopefully they can do a good game just because we are at home. We are definitely stronger at home, but you never know at all these times with our lads, I feel. But anyway, we'll move forward towards that match day and that team selection. But if you enjoy the content here, remember to smash that like button. It really means a lot and helps me and the channel very much. So much appreciated if you'd do that. And also if you have any comments, thoughts about how we are playing the game, if you want short episode, longer episode, different cuts or anything like that, leave a comment and I'll read everything, of course. And also the most informative and positive comment on each episode will get pinned, just so you know. And also if you haven't done so already, you can hit that subscription button also and that little notification bell so you're sure to not miss out on any of the content that we bring to you here daily. So with that said, we'll are closing in here on our match against Wrexham, and I'm thinking about what changes we really can do. We could of course try and change up the tactics a lot, but then really we would only be playing with tactics that our players are not used to, and really our squad is built around using a 4-4-2 formation, which we are doing, and I don't really think we should change that up too much. So I'm really quite at a loss of what to do, but to try and really hope that the random number generator or the luck is in our favor or something like that. If not, I guess we'll maybe be playing in Värmland National League South again. But that will be a tremendous dent for us, and I actually don't really know if we would be able or allowed to keep the job if that's the case, but we'll see. And we get some team instruction to add here from our assistant manager for the pre-match tactics, and we are not favorites again according to the bookmakers here, according Wrexham, unfortunately, and we get some press here from Hutton for not playing, I guess, and we are not really even approaching that subject at all with him or the press. And last week training rating with an average of 7.42, so quite decent here, which is good. And we have Adelaide here improving on a few stats, which is good here improving in total. So he's a leading player for most Värmland National North sides, and he definitely were good in that league here. Paxman not doing that great, and he's also leading player for Värmland National North South. So we don't have very bad players. I really don't think we are that bad. We are really at least a top team in Värmland National League South. I truly believe that, but don't know what's happening here really. So actually we'll praise a few players here for their development here. So we'll do that for Adelaide. We'll do that for Pac-Man as well. And Genovese also did have good improvements there, so we'll praise him for that. How is it going for Gray here? From bottom here, attribute changes, so not really the greatest, but we'll praise him for the same reason here, just to try to get up the morale as much as possible. And I think we'll haven't really praised Brunt for his performances, so we'll just praise him for performing well in training, and that should be it. We'll criticize Hutton, which we couldn't, so we'll only criticize Madlaluz here. So we'll go to the match here with just the best lineup possible for us here. I think it's the best option as usual for us, and just really hope that the players can pull it together and have a full match without any mistakes, because that's really what has happened, I feel. And we get that match postponed due to a water pitch, unfortunately, so we'll instead play our next match against Chesterfield at home as well. Chesterfield are leading the league, which is definitely a tough game, and hopefully we can do better than we did in the FA Trophy against them, where we lost. And finally Hartlepool is on terms with the number of matches played here, so we are now in 20th place with one match less played, 2 points clear of the relegation zone. So a win in next match or the match against Wrexham would definitely be very good, getting a little bit of a more advantage over the relegation zone, so to say. So we'll move forward to this match day instead, basically. And here we are actually on national key tackles. We have Ollie Merch here, who have done quite a few, 13 actually, which is good. I'd say that he's done key tackles, and I guess won them. That means, but I guess it would be even better if we didn't really need to do key tackles. And we got some new pre-match tactical advice to some team instruction to add, so we'll add that team instruction. And I believe this is taking a little bit of time, maybe due to it being the transfer window there that did close or something like that. And here seems to be a big story. Steve Allen from Wellstone getting signed by Leeds on a free transfer as well, which is very strange or terrible for Wellstone. We really need to get paid here in the lower leagues of the players if you manage to sell any players. So last month we did a very bad loss as well in the finances, with a loss of over 42k, which is very bad, and for the upcoming game we are super underdogs according to the bookmakers. The match has been alright, our tactics and not so much. Here from the board, and overall they are pleased though, so yeah, we'll just hope, I said, that we can get a bit of a good run in here pretty soon, and then maybe we can ask for a new contract as well for ourselves. Now we'll get some player development advice here. So we'll move Robinson, the lone player that we got in, to under 18s, and he's not really good enough, and no matter what. So even though that he did get to play a little bit in one match, he's not really good enough. And are still having the best lineup here, since Stewart is still suspended here, unfortunately. And this is really sad here. Tavares, one of our best players, is having one of the worst ratings here. So I really hope that Tavares can get better ratings and have better matches. If that were the case, we really I think we would have a lot better chances if our defense managed to hold up a little bit better. And Tavares is maybe the key cornerstone in that happening. So a highlight here in the 3rd minute, and it's a goal for Chesterfield. So very early pass for Bath City, really making the scoreline 0-1 for Bath City versus Chesterfield. So we'll move our mentality here to positive. We'll make changes, and we get a highlight here in the 7th minute. It's a goal kick from Bert, our keeper, and it only ends up in the Chesterfield's hands, and we win the ball in midfield, and it's a long ball up to Adloy versus keeper, but it's just outside the post there, unfortunately, so no goal. We'll show some passion. I'm actually looking at the stats so far. We seem to be definitely doing alright. And we'll keep shouting, show some passion here, and we'll make a sub for Hill here. We'll make that first, even though we don't know what happens here on this highlight. The corner from Chesterfield, and they hit the top bar, and somehow we did manage to get away with not getting stuck with another goal there, which is lucky for us, I'd say. So only seconds to go here, left of the first half. And that's the end of the first half. So the scoreline 0-1 for Bassett versus Chesterfield. Shots 1-7, shots on target 0-3, possession 50-50%. So yeah, not happy with that result or that half, but as I said, I'm really at a loss here of what to do, guys. I'd love if you comment on some suggestions here what to do. And yeah, the players overall here are actually doing decently, so can't really see that I should single out any of the players to tell them they are doing bad or good or anything like that. So we'll just move forward here and hope for the best. And just waiting here for this highlight to end, but it doesn't. It's Chesterfield versus our keeper, but they put it wide. That looked exactly like the chance that Adloy had, and we get another injury here, unfortunately, on Markanday this time. So we'll switch him out as well. So that's our 2 substitutions for the match. Well, we have 3, but really we usually do 2. So with the injuries we already have had, we'll definitely wait with the last one. And it's once again Chesterfield versus our keeper, but this time it's deflected out for a corner here by our defenders. And another highlight here in the 52nd minute is free kick from Rigg, and it's a goal for Bath City here, making it all equal, and a goal from Adloy, but it's been ruled out due to offside. Yeah, a major offside there. I didn't see that in the actual play, and yeah, I thought for a moment there that we were maybe able to get a point in here at least, but yeah, that's not looking to be the case at all. And another highlight here in the 69th minute. And Chesterfield versus our keeper once again, and it's saved, but the rebound goes out and is cleared or deflected to a corner by our defenders here. So the corner comes in, and it's one more corner here. And another corner from Chesterfield, and it's taken outside the penalty area by Chesterfield. And here is a chance for a counter-attack maybe for Bassett. And now we've been dispossessed very easily there, getting rid of the ball. And we have started to forget to do some shouts to show some passion, so we'll shout that now, and we do have a chance here in the 79th minute. Reek with the ball here on the right hand side, a cross in, and it's missed, and a bad clearance there from the defender, then it's Adloy here with a goal for Bath City, and it's actually all equalized here in the match. I didn't really see that coming, as you have heard, I guess. I've been really, quite bloom, really, about our chances and what to do. But there, Alloy definitely are giving us some hope here. So, minutes to go here. And another highlight here, and I don't really want to see a highlight, but it's a highlight here in the 88th minute mark. And Genoa is missing, getting up there and missing the markings, and it's all into the penalty box, and it's a goal here for Chesterfield, making the scoreline 1-2 for Bath City versus Chesterfield, and that goes our chance of actually salvaging any points at all, I believe. And very very bloom once again I am here, so do show some passion here one more time. And here's a corner, and it's another goal for Chesterfield, and that's definitely all over now to get any sort of result for this, but we'll move very attacking for the last 5 minutes, and we'll maybe get another goal against us maybe, or something like that, who knows. So this should be the end of the game here any second now. And that's full time, so the final scoreline for Bassett versus Chesterfield is 1-3. Shots 6-18, shots on target 2-7, and possession 54-46%. And overall, looking at the stats and our players rating, they've been doing alright-ish in the midfield and the strikers, I guess. But once again, our whole defensive line have, failed, really. They have ratings of 6.2 or 6.3, and our keeper at 6.5, which, they are just not performing good enough. And we don't have any other than players to put in, so this is quite bad actually, and we're still here in 20th place in the league, 2 points clear of the relegation zone as things stands. But 30 matches and 30 points, we're definitely in the danger zone here. So hopefully we can have a good match against Wrexham. But we managed to get 921 attending in that game, which is not too bad, but not too good either. And we have Markham Day out for 2 to 3 days, and we get some press about not being willing to experiment with the team. And I said I don't know really what else to do. It's as simple as that. And coming up here, we have a game against Wrexham at home, and we'll play the same thing and hope for a different result. It's a new team, so things could happen. You never know, but I start to feel like I'm really doing more or less the specification of an idiot doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting different results. And that's really how I feel. But I don't know. I don't know what to do other than this, really. I just hope pray to the gods that we actually managed to stay in Värmland National League, so we can try to sign some improvements or better players. If we are not staying in Värmland National League, I don't think we'll be able to get in any reinforcements, and we definitely barely need reinforcement. That's what I feel, at least. And we did have a good week in training though. Last week with an average rating of 7.49, so that's nice. But nothing really special here to see or criticize or praise or anything like that, I feel. We did pass a new month though, so Bert here getting a little bit better, which is good. Yeah, Hutton we would like to criticize, but we can't. So we get Wrexham at home here, and then the game after it we have actually Brackley at home as well. And that match against Brackley is definitely going to be very, very, very key for us. We can't just afford to lose that match. If we lose that match, it will be all so much harder. Since they are 22nd in the league and we are 20th, and they are definitely one of our closest teams that we are struggling with here to try to stay out of the bottom four. So just move forward towards this game. And we'll just hope really that we don't do any mistakes in the upcoming match, and hope that we have luck with us just because we are at home really. And I'm starting to think about this. I think we'll actually try this to go with a very defensive mentality, and just try to strengthen the team in the defense really, and try to do counterattacks. We are pretty darn decent, I'd say, in the strikers department, so we should be able to do reasonably well, but we aren't just doing so. So I think maybe that can help moving to very defensive, which we now have done. So we'll try that for maybe the rest of the season or something like that I guess. And we'll put Stewart in the team once again, and we'll put Hill in on the bench once again as well. And we'll play Candy instead of Hayden, and we'll put Batten here on the bench instead of Candy. And actually, yeah, we'll play as that, and all the players are fit enough to play. And actually I think we'll even play like this. We'll play Batten and Candy, who have a decent partnership, and we'll maybe even stick with this for the remaining of the season and try this. We'll try as this. This is maybe the best option we have, to just use players that have been playing better together in the defense and things like that. Now we'll kick off on this match, and let's play here, and let's really hope that these changes that we actually have done now, some real changes, can help us in this game. So first chance here in the 2nd minute, a highlight. Brandt with the ball here on the left hand side, passes to Genovese, dribbling the ball, and it's a cross in, and it's only cleared to the right hand side into Markanday, and it's a cross here into the penalty box, but it's taken care of by Wrexham, I guess, but the ball getting back to Bath's hands, and it's a knock up towards the strikers, but it's only to the defenders of Wrexham, and they make a poor pass up, and it's the ball to Stewart, to Markanday here on the right hand side to Stewart, into Adloyd, passes a little bit back to Paxman, and Brunt with a power shot into the post, or saved by the keeper there. So very good chance and nearly a goal. Highlight straight after from that throw-in by Brunt, passes to Gray, back to Brunt, and back to Genovese, to Paxman, and a bad pass by Paxman, and it's a through ball from Wrexham, 1-on-1 versus our keeper, and it's a goal here by Wrexham, making the scoreline 0-1 for Bassett versus Wrexham. So it all started so good that first few minutes, and then we do a stupid mistake like that, and it's I guess it's all over already. That's at least how I feel. And once again, highlight straight after that chance. So Adloy versus the keeper, but it's a shot easily saved by the keeper, unfortunately. And we'll start shouting, show some passion, and we'll stick it on very defensive actually. And another highlight here in the 14th minute, and passes to Brunt to Adloy. Adloy free versus the keeper. Can he score? No, the keeper saves, but we get a second chance. Maybe, no, we don't get that, and we don't get the ball in there. I really wanted the ball to get inside that net. So another highlight here in the 23rd minute. The ball in our keeper hands, and a goal kick up. And it missed by both our striker and their defender, and a ball to Adloy here. Adloy versus the keeper once again, and it's a goal for Bath City here, making it all equal, 1-1 for Bath City versus Wrexham now. So far I definitely say, well, it's only been chances for us, really, I feel, except that goal that Wrexham did get in. So far, I think the changes we have done definitely are favoring us so far, even though shots are many more for Wrexham. And speaking of that, here's a highlight, free kick from Wrexham, but they put the header over the bar. So only minutes to go here of the first half. Seconds to go, and that's the end of the first half. So the scoreline 1-1 for Bassett versus Wrexham. Shots 7-9, shots on target 5-5, possession 60-40%. So this is the first match in a long time, I'd say. Decently happy here with how we're performing actually. Especially considering that we are very defensive in mentality. That should of course mean that we are having the ball very much, not passing the ball up uncareful, so to say, and hopefully that is what will make the difference there, maybe, so we can actually manage to get a good result, like I feel we are on the verge to do right now. Let's look at the ratings of the players here. So they are alright, but once again our defenders, they are alright, but not as good as they maybe should be, and more or less in the midfield as well. But our strikers are just doing good, but the rest of the team really should get up a notch maybe to have us have a really good chance. And we'll do some substitution here around the 60-minute mark, as usual is our target here. So a highlight here in the 53rd minute, and we intercept the ball very high up in the midfield or opposition half, and Gray up with the ball here on the left hand side, and he's unfortunately dispossessed by a good tackle, and the ball comes up here and to our defenders that clear it, but we only clear it to Wrexham, and Wrexham here with the ball here on the right hand side, and we clear it, but really nowhere, and the shot just outside the post there. So hitting the 60-minute mark here, and a little bit past it, so let's do some substitutions here. So we'll switch out Merch for Tavares. We'll switch out Gray for Rick here. And we'll hope that is good substitutions to make. None of them are really in their preferred positions to be subbed into, but I hope it's good. And a highlight here in the 60 or 70 minute, and it's Wrexham with the ball and it's a shot, and it's just saved by Barrett or keeper. Very important save there. And here's the corner straight after, and it's headed out by our defenders, but it's back to the corner taker, and we have the ball, and it's a through ball or a long ball up to Brunt, but the highlight is over. Nothing more happening there. So little less than 20 minutes to go, and I guess I'm actually happy with a draw here. A win would be so good though, so hopefully it's really a chance for us here in the 84th minute. Markandale with the ball to pass it to Brunt, to Stewart, and the ball getting, oh shit, sorry, don't know what I pressed, but it's a goal here for Bath City, and we're actually taking the lead very late in the game. Here is where we usually lose our game. So we saw here Stewart taking the ball forward, and that happening, and Markandale and Alloy gets a second goal here. Very important. So the scoreline 2-1 for Bath City versus Wrexham, and 4 minutes to go here. Wow, that is way too many minutes, but now it's only seconds to go, and that is much better. And that's the whistle for full time, and finally we managed to get a win. The final scoreline between Bath City and Wrexham then 2-1. Shots 12-16, shots on target 7-7, possession 51 or 61 to 39%. So definitely, I think we actually maybe did some difference there with a good tactics change with having a very defensive mentality. So I feel that's definitely the way we will go forward here for the rest of the season. And I think maybe also Candy and Batten together in the defense may also be what we are going forward here in the season. I'll definitely try to remember to have them left in the team for the next match, at least against Brackley, which is a key match for us here. If we manage to get a win there as well, I think we are not clear, but very much safer from relegation. If we are to lose that match and this match, then it would be very hard. But we already got one down, so let's hope we get very good in that next game as well. Looking at the team, very good ratings overall actually. Very happy. If you can't notice that, but yeah, I think you hear it in my voice and everything like that. And after that, we are now up to 18th place in the league and 5 points clear of the relegation zone. And that makes me very happy. Very happy. And we actually managed to get over 1,000 attending that game, so that's nice as well. I will praise Alloy for his performance there. Definitely lad, very good. And that will be everything for this episode. So anyway, if you enjoyed the content, remember to smash that like button. It really means a lot and helps me and this channel to grow and be seen and everything like that. All the good stuff really. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, do that as well for the same reasons. And anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.